Hello everyone, welcome to this ArcGIS tutorial on how to georeference an image or a scan map. I have divided this tutorial into two parts. In the first part, I'll show you how to georeference an image without any information, without any coordinate information stated on the figure. For example, for this tutorial, I have selected this figure, which is a scan map of Belgium. And if I zoom in, you can actually see that we don't have any coordinate information stated on the map. Instead, we just see a few names of the major cities. So in part one, I'll be showing you how to georeference this image with absolutely no information on the coordinates. And in the second part, I have another picture. Actually, it's the same picture, but with some coordinate information. For example, you can see here, if I zoom in a little bit, you can see that we have around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 random points where we actually have the latitude and longitude coordinate information. So I'm going to actually utilize this information in the second part of the tutorial to do a more precise georeferencing. So let's go ahead and get started with the tutorial. Alright, now we have opened ArcMap already. First of all, the first step that we need to do is to make sure that we are in the correct coordinate system, which means if we haven't defined any coordinate system, we have to go to layers, right click and go to properties, and from here you have to select your desired coordinate system. Now for this tutorial, I'm going to go with the web Mercator coordinate system. So it's a projected coordinate system. And as you can see, I'm going to use the 1984 WGS Web Mercator auxiliary sphere coordinate system. Press apply and then OK. Next, we need to include those maps that I showed you before in the presentation into our ArcMap interface. So in order to do that, you need to first go to Catalog and navigate to the folder where you have saved those images. Now here, as you can see, under the Belgium folder, I have got 2 images. So the first image is actually for the first part of the tutorial, and the second image is for the second part of the tutorial. So for now, I'm going to go with the Belgium image. I'm going to simply drag and drop this image into our ArcMap interface. Press yes. And as you can see, we are getting a warning from ArcGIS saying that unknown spatial reference. Now this is to be expected because this image is not georeference, which means ArcMap really does not know where exactly to place this map, which means this map does not carry its own projection yet. Alright, now as you can see, we have successfully added the map, which does not contain any coordinate information. Now the next thing is to actually add a shapefile, which we could use as a base, as a reference. Now in this case, for this tutorial, I have prepared a shapefile which is a polygon which covers the area of Belgium. So that's actually the map that I'm going to use as the reference map when georeferencing this image. So let's go to catalog again, and I have that file, that shapefile, which is called Belgium, and I'm going to just drag it and drop it on top of this map. Now, as you can see, nothing happened. Actually, it's not that nothing happened. We already added this Belgium shapefile, but it's just not visible to us because it got placed somewhere else. That's due to the fact that this Belgium shapefile does contain the correct projection. If I go here and right click and then go to properties, and if I go to source, you can see actually the geographic coordinate system is WGS 1984. So that means it has its own projection already. So if I go here and then if I go to zoom to layer, you can see we already have the shapefile over here, which is not exactly the same place where we place the image. Now what we need to do is somehow get that image to fit into this this window. So how do we do that? We need to use this georeferencing panel in order to do that. Now in case if you cannot see this georeferencing panel in your ArcGIS interface, what you can simply do is you can simply right click over here and go to georeferencing. Just like that, you can activate it. So after you activate that, you can go to this panel and make sure that you have selected your image, whatever the image it could be. It could be a JPEG, it could be a GIF, it could be a PNG, whatever the image is, you need to make sure that you have selected that image over here. After that, you can simply go to georeferencing and you can click fit to display. So now you can see that the map which was placed initially somewhere else now got moved into the same window, which makes things quite easier for us. Also, I'm going to actually change the color of this shapefile. Actually, I'm going to make it colorless. The fill color I'm going to assign as no color, and just I'm going to leave the outline color and then make the border a little bit more thicker so that we can actually see what we are dealing with, and we can actually clearly see the map which is located behind the shapefile. Since we do not have any coordinate information contained in the map at this moment, the only way that we could georeference this map is just by moving the map which is located behind the shapefile and by trying to adjust the shape and the size of the map. So what I'm going to do first is, as you can see here, our scan map looks a little bit smaller than now as you can see, we have the country boundary of Belgium over here, which is in red color, and we also have the boundary of Belgium in the scan map, which is marked in yellow and black color. The way that I'm going to actually georeference this image is by moving this image, by resizing it and by shifting the image accordingly to match the boundary of the scan map to the boundary of the shapefile. That's basically our only option at this moment, since we do not have any coordinate information. So let's go to this option, and we can see we have the option to rescale the map. After I click scale, now as we can see, the scan map looks a little bit smaller than the shapefile. So I'm just going to increase the size of the scan map a little bit more. All right. Now let's draw attention to this region. I'm just trying to somehow match this line to be on top of this line. So in order to do that, I have to go to here again and use shift, and I will shift the map slightly until it fits this boundary. Now if you look over here, you can see actually it's perfectly overlapping each other, but when you see over here, you can see that it's things are not really correct over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually rescale the map, scale it up a little bit more, just a bit more. Alright, now I'll shift the map again, this time shift it downwards. Alright, now you see over here in the northern part of the country it's quite precise, but over here we see that still we have some areas where it's not perfectly overlapping. So if I want to be a little bit more precise, what I could do is I could actually scale down the map a little bit and shift it again over here. Alright, I think you might agree that now it looks much better than the previous one. So after you have done this, you can now clearly see actually the red color boundary is perfectly overlapping the boundary of the scan map. Now once you're done with this means actually we have correctly georeferenced our map. But just before we proceed to the second part of the tutorial, I would like to show you something. Once you are done with georeferencing this image, you need to go to georeferencing and you have to update the georeferencing. Now what happens when you do that? If you go to that place where you saved your file again, you will see that we now have 3 new files which got added. Actually, these files contain the georeferenced information. So if you need to move this image to a new location, you have to make sure that you move all these 4 files together as a pack so that it will actually recognize its geographic location as well. Now in case if you happen to move this file alone, that means this file does not contain the georeferenced information anymore, which will require you to georeference the file again. After you update the georeferencing, you can just simply close this file, and if you were to drag that file and drop it again, you see that it's getting stationed in the correct location, unlike the previous time. Alright, now let's move into the second part of the tutorial where we deal with an image which contains coordinate information, which will enable us to do a more precise georeferencing compared to this one. I'm going to repeat the same steps that we did in the previous part, just going to catalog, and now this time I'm going to select the Belgium 2 image. Press yes. And this is something to be expected. After that, I'm going to add the shapefile again. Alright, as expected, the shapefile got placed somewhere else, and I'm going to navigate to the shapefile through zoom to layer option, and I'm going to make this transparent and only leave the boundary of the shapefile. I will make sure that I have selected Belgium 2 image over here and go to georeferencing and click fit to display. So before using this coordinate information, I would like to just first of all do a rough rescaling of the map so that we can be sure that we are not like way off. As long as you can see visually that the map is not in place, you can still actually play around with these tools. But now, instead of relying on these tools completely, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually rely on some of these coordinate information that we have. Now, as we can see here, this pinpointed location should actually be roughly moved to this edge of the shapefile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to add control points, and I'm going to click here. First, I will click on the location on the scanned map, and right click and click on add DMS. Here DMS stands for degrees, minutes and seconds. So here we have the degree. I'm going to actually include this information over here. We have 2 degrees, 32 minutes and 45.981 seconds, and this is east, and the latitude it's 51, 5 and 23.252 north. Click OK, and as you can see, that point got moved to somewhere over here. Now if you have another corner like that, for example this corner, you know that this corner needs actually to be placed over here. So I'm also going to actually correct this corner as well, since I have the coordinate information over. I will click somewhere over here, right click and input DMS of lat long. Now my degrees is 3. I will zoom this out a little bit. Okay, 3 degrees, 22 minutes, 11.981 seconds, and the latitude is 51 degrees, 22 minutes and 0.311 seconds. Alright. As you can see, that point also got moved over here as we expected. Now what else we can do? Alright. As we can see, the generally image got rescaled quite successfully, but If you go to some edges here over here in the south, you still see that actually there is a slight shift. So what you can do over here is you select add control points again, and this time we don't have any coordinate information. So what you can do is you can add two control points. One is over here in the scan map, and you can actually push this point to be at this point by selecting this point next. Now you can see actually it got moved because we actually need a proper distribution of control points through the map. So maybe I will go to some region in the north. This looks quite okay to me. So I think I will just try to find a place from the south. Yeah, maybe this point. And I'm going to select the point of the scan map and try to shift it to be right underneath the shapefile, like so. Alright, as you can see, we have generally done a good job, but I'm not going to actually spend much more time in perfecting the georeferencing, but I think you guys got the basic idea of how to perform a georeferencing in a case where we don't have any information and for a case where we have some coordinate information. Again, make sure that you have done the update georeferencing again, otherwise your image will not be georeferenced properly. So just for the demonstration purposes, I'm going to remove this image again. Let's go to catalog and try to drag and drop that image. And as you can see, everything works perfectly fine. So that's pretty much it for today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, hit thumbs up. And if you would like to see more tutorials on the practical use of ArcGIS and also Python programming, you could also consider subscribing. Thank you and have a good day.